All right, great. Looks like we are live. Hopefully everything sounds good. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Happy Monday. I like to just log on early, you know. Have a little chat before we get moving. But today, we're finally getting into our Rocket 3. Rocket 3. And if you haven't taken the other rocket classes, you'll totally be fine. You'll be great. Yay! Hi, Beatrice. Hi. I'm just getting on early to make sure it's open. Oh, I'm feeling much better. Thank you. I still have a little bit of congestion, like just the smallest amount. But other than that, I'm pretty much 100%, which I'm so happy about. Oh, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with my hair because it's such an athletic sequence that I need to be able to get my hair managed. Yeah, that was not fun. Highly don't recommend getting COVID. That's a no for me. The worst part for me was like the sore throat. Like if you want to make me mad, give me a sore throat. Hi, Stephanie. I know, Beatrice, look at this hair. When I pull it in the back, it's like this far from my butt crack. So I'm hoping that I'll get really close to that by the end of the year. I believe in myself. And thank you, Stephanie. Oh, I miss you. I miss you. Yes, feeling much better. Oh, Pai's here. Hi. Because I didn't really move around while I was sick, I'm definitely a little bit weaker than before. So we're gonna see how today goes. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it'll be challenging for me. Now typically Rocket 3s are very long classes, but I'm going to do a shortened version of it. Aiming for about an hour, might go a little bit over. Yes. The past couple days I've been doing like a lot of self-practice and trying to do hand balancing and some inversions, and I'm like, whew, feels like it's the first time all over again. But today, as I was going over the sequence and practicing, I felt a little bit stronger. So I really do believe in muscle memory and proper warm-ups. So that's what we're going to do today. Definitely have a proper warm-up, all the prep you could want. Pai's sitting on my mat. She's very excited. All right, so we still got a couple of minutes. Yes, Adrian, yes. Yes. I'm trying to hydrate and get ready. I got all my athletic babes in here today. They're coming for the challenge. All right, let me strap this shit in. And I'm kind of like vibing on this playlist. I don't know if you guys use Spotify. If you do, it's the Tracy Kamar blend on Spotify. When I see shit like that, I'm like, I'm sold. I'm like, if you're gonna create playlists for me, I'm about that. But y'all can always listen to whatever you want to listen to. But it's a good mix of all the things that Kamar and I like. I'm like, I see some Tool, there's Kid Cudi, there's Pusha T, there's Mars Volta, there's Deftones, there's Earth Gang, Khruangbin, Health. It's all over the board, and that's kind of how I feel, so. So if you're into it, I'm into it. Posting it in the chat, just in case. Yeah, exactly, Adrian. Do you remember that when we made CD mixes for each other? That was the shit. Jessica, good morning. Yeah. No. Thanks, Jess. Last week I was having a hard time. That was rough. It was that kind of sick where you're like, I'm never gonna get better. Do you guys have ever gotten sick like that and you're like, I'm a lost cause, put me down, I'm a lame horse? I know it's very dramatic, but that's how I felt. Yeah. I don't know if the playlist shows the same for you, but Third Down, it's one of my favorite super mellow Nine Inch Nails song called '09 Ghosts 1. That's where we're gonna start. That's where we're starting. All right. Let me pop over to my other camera. That way you can also see the glorious Pai. She is positioned perfectly for all of you. Look at her. I just want to take her and... I just love you, Pai. You're the goddamn cutest. Yeah, we're gonna do, you know, our usual yoga movement thing in here. And it's gonna upset you because then it means you have to move. So, for class today, some of the things that we're going to do can be helped with blocks. Yeah, she's ready to warm up. So in some of those instances, we'll be trying to like pick ourselves up off the ground. And if you know like, hey, I'm just better off doing shit with blocks, have them nearby. Even if you're super advanced, I like to use them a lot in a rocket practice, but this practice is essentially propless. Okay. So you can totally get through it if you don't have those things. But I'm going to use them for things because I feel like I don't have the longest arms in the world. We can't all be like Kamar with the almost to your knee arms. I swear to God, he's like this, and I'm like, damn you. So we're actually going to start this practice standing. You guys ready? I'm ready. Let's do this. Rocket 3. Again, I got you kind of started off on that third song, 09 Ghost 1. And I want you to just find a hip width distance standing position. Feet in parallel, so that means they're both pointing straight forward in front of you. Relax your shoulders down your back. We're just going to start off with breath. A lot of this practice is going to ask you to pay a lot of attention to your breath. Let's take 4 more. And you can keep your eyes open. You can start to close them down. And I want you to pay attention to the way your feet feel. I want you to try to get grounded. So feel all 4 corners of your feet, your toes to your heels, your inner arches to the outer edges. Perhaps it helps to weight shift a little bit, forward, back, side to side. And if you're doing those weight shifts, bringing yourself all the way back to a center position where I want you to lengthen your tailbone down. Draw the navel in, pull the ribs in, but again, remind the shoulders to open, the palms to face forward, the back of the neck to slightly lengthen, closing off the front of the neck. Last breath in, last breath out. We'll use a breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale, arms back by side body. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms by side body. Last time, inhale, reach your arms up. This time, let's go into a forward fold. Hinge from your hips, take yourself down to the ground. Lengthen into a halfway lift. Hands can walk up onto your shin bones or even up onto your thighs. And then we'll take the hands down. Plant, step back to a high plank position. Spread out your paws nice and wide. Shift forward and backwards. Just warning you all, I am extremely snap, crackly, poppy today. Like when I was warming up, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna be snapping and cracking in everybody's ears today. All right, now keep your shift forward. Your knees can tap the ground. Bend the elbows to 90 degrees. Good. Upward facing or low cobra, whatever feels the best for your back. And then exhale, take it back into downward facing dog. Great. Take 5 breaths here. Now, while you're in your downward facing dog, I want you to constantly be refining what your arms are doing, what your hips are doing, what your legs are doing. I don't worry about whether or not my heels can touch the ground. If you're looking at my body right now, I'm trying to create a long line all the way from my fingers out through my sit bones. All right, let's lift our heels, bend our knees, look forward. Travel to the top. You can step, you can take a little hop. We'll go big toes touching if that's okay with you. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms by side, body samastitihi. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift. Great, exhale, chaturangas. You can start your hop backs. I'm gonna stick with the step backs. Bending elbows, upward facing. Exhale, back to downward facing, 5 breaths. Remember those same refinements you made on the first round. Great, your 5th and final breath lifts the heels, bend the knees, look forward, travel to the front, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, arms by side body. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift. Chaturangas. Again, stepping back, hopping back, however you like. We've got one more round of our Sane. Bolstering it with another moment here in our down dog. Holding in these down dogs are incredibly helpful for strengthening our shoulders, elongating the back body, and in general, prepping us for inversion since our head is under the heart. All right, let's lift heels, bend knees, look forward. Travel to the front, maybe you start getting your hops in. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Utthita Hasta in Tadasana, arms reach up. Exhale, Samastitihi, arms by side. Again, Utthita Hasta, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. Step back, hop back. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Hey, Pi. Come here, baby. I can see you. Good, we got 3 more breaths. She's being creepy. She's just like watching me from behind. Are you coming through the car wash, bro? All right, let's lift heels, bend your knees, look to the front, we'll travel. I want you to find your halfway lift. See if you can touch the ground. Now bend into your knees, send the hips back. We're going into chair position. Now in most vinyasa classes, we're kind of having this reach forward or towards the upper hand corner. But in our rocket and in our ashtanga, we want to try to reach the fingertips almost more up to the sky, so you're creating a sort of back bend. Now try to take the weight into your heels, maybe even lift your toes, flare them out. Spend one more breath here. And with your exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your hands, move through, chata. If you're doing those jump backs, always land with bent elbows and try to land as quiet as you can. Let's step the right foot forward between the hands. Starting with a warrior 1. I like to shorten up my stance a lot because this is intense for the hips from the jump. Shoulders want to try to square forwards, but there's going to be a natural opening in the hip. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Make sure you're trying to keep that right knee over the right ankle. Take a breath in. Exhale, take the hands down. Deep in the stance, you can go through Ekapada or single-legged chaturanga. Exhale, back into down dog. Straight into the other side. Left foot forward, right foot adjusts. Virabhadrasana 1, stack shoulders above hips, reach arms up overhead. Right away, tailbone lengthens. Outer edge of right foot pushes into the ground. Knee stacks forward over ankle. We're not going for depth. We're just trying to find good technique. Inhale, breath. Exhale, take the hands down. Deepen stance, high to mid with Ekapada as an option. Take it back, down dog. Reset breath. And let's travel to the front. Hop, step, float. Halfway lift, fingertips on ground. Exhale, bend into your knees, sit back. Inhale, going into your chair pose. Exhale, stay in your chair pose, bring hands to heart center. We're going into Ardha Utkatasana, or half chair. Interlace all your fingers together, flip the palms, press them forward, and try to bring your torso in the same line as your yoga mat, okay? You can stay right here, you're chilling, or if you want to make things more difficult, come into releve, lift up your heels, bring the weight forward in towards the toes, and hold your balance. I actually find this shape easier when I lift my heels, but that could be different for you. Take a breath in. With your exhale, take the hands down, lengthen the legs, drop the heels. Halfway lift, and take it back, chaturanga. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, take the hands down, high to mid plank. It's quick. Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, take it through. That's all one exhale. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. Exhale back into down dog. Reset breath. We got one more round of this. Yo, I just started wearing Birkenstocks and I already have a Birkenstock tan on my feet. Fuck. I'm just thinking out loud. That's what you guys have to deal with me as a teacher. Sorry. All right, let's make our way back to the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Great. Sit your ass back, chair position. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last of these half chairs. Interlace your fingers, press the palms forward. Try to bring your torso in alignment with your mat. And again, you can lift up your heels. Oof, my shit's weak right now. One more breath in. Nice, with your exhale, forward fold. You can take it the same way back like we've been doing, but if you want to already start to add some arm balances, I'm going to give you Bakasana, crow pose. Knees on triceps, elbows can bend to give you a nice little shelf. Leaning forwards and lifting up one or both of your feet. You can challenge yourself here by trying to straighten through the arms, or if you're looking for the opposite, you're looking for a little more help, you can just lift up one foot at a time, or even just lifting up none of your feet and just bringing yourself into the shape to feel that strength. All right, last three. Great, last two and one. If you got jump backs from your crow in your practice, you can work your jump backs. But again, same rules apply, landing with your bent elbows. Trying to be as quiet as you can. Exhale, we're back into down dog. Right foot forward, last one of these warrior ones, bring it up. Exhale, hands down, high to mid plank. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, take it down. High to mid. Up dogs. Down dogs. We're back, we're holding. Just two more. All right. Right leg is going to lift. And we're going to bring the right foot between the hands again. I want you to keep your back heel popped. Interlace your fingers. Turn the palms that they face down to the ground. And then stack your shoulders up above your hips so that we're in a high lunge. Nice. Nice big opener for the shoulders on this one. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're gonna go from here all the way into triangle pose. So adjust the left heel down, lengthen out through the right leg, open the arms, tilt yourself, right arm down, left arm high. Block can come underneath your right hand if you need it. Take a breath in. Exhale, let's bring you all the way up. We're gonna go into our revolve triangle now. Shorten and open the stance. Turn towards the front of your mat. Take left hand down to the ground inside or outside of the foot. If balancing is a challenge here, look down at the ground. But if you're looking to challenge yourself, try to look up at your hand. Extra challenge if you can look up at that hand with your left eyeball. Here for 3. Your back heel is down. 2. Nice one. Let's bring you all the way up. We're going to deepen our stance. We're going to go into low side angle. So right arm comes to the inside. Left arm reaches up. Take a big swing with this left arm. Reach it up and over ahead so that we're going for that full side angle. Nice. Now we're going to pivot our left foot back to where it was before. We're going to turn this into a twist. Right arm reaches up. You can keep it like this, intensify it by bringing the elbow onto the thigh, thumbs to heart center, or even going straight arm to the outside of your right foot. Wow. Balance, my loves. Here for 3. Great. Here for 2. And 1. Let's bring it back to the ground. Your way of getting back through your chaturangas, you can just step this right foot back, blah, blah, blah. You can take yourself forward towards like a standing split. Hop through handstands, down through. A lot of ways to make this more challenging if you need it. Once back in down dog, reset with a breath. And then we're going to lift our left leg with our next breath in. Exhale, big step through, low lunge. Keep the back foot popped. Interlace, press the palms down, all the way up into stack. Ooh. One more breath in. Exhale, going into our triangle pose. Adjust the feet, lengthen, open arms, left arm down, right arm high. Great, let's bring ourselves back up. We're going to shorten and widen our stance so that we can go into our revolved triangle. Right hand down, left arm up. Or outside of the hand. Holy shit, IT band, what's up? Now again, you can look down at the foot and hand, or you can look up at the left hand. All right, let's bring it up. Trying to not eat shit. And we're gonna adjust for our low side angle. I really deepen my stance for that. Big swing with this right arm. Full extension. Right middle finger all the way down to the right heel is trying to become one long line of energy. Yes, yes, yes. Inhales. And exhales, bring the right hand down. Pivot off that left heel. Move into your twist. Either your low lunge, your revolved, or taking the right hand to the outside. This is your most deep, your deepest, most compressive version of this twist. All right, let's take you back to the front. And again, lots of ways for you to get out of this one. Stepping back, high to mid plank like you did before. Maybe you went for more of a split variety, a handstand, going through your high to mid, upward facing, and downward facing dog for a little rest. Now your rest can become more work oriented by bringing your forearms down to the ground for dolphin. When you bring it down into dolphin, you still want to think about the shoulders moving back. So the shoulders aren't stacked over your elbows as much as it will make that shape a lot easier. Again, just think of pulling it back, back, back. If you have forearm stand and you want to start working that already, the floor is yours. If you're working towards that, you can get yourself closer by lifting up one leg in your dolphin, putting it back down, the other, putting it back down, or even turning yourself and facing a wall. It's totally cool. Yeah? So just doing the lift, it's really good practice, really good strength for the shoulders. All right, last 3. Last 2 moments, hey Pi. Last 1. Now my dolphin posers, you can take yourself forward to high plank, mid plank, up dog, and then downward facing. All right, we're gonna make our way to the top of our mat, but not without a little bit of inversion practice. We're gonna try to do butt kickers. Take your hops and think about bringing your heels towards your butt as you do that. If you already have a tuck handstand practice, you can work your tucks too. I think it's helpful if you're trying to work towards that tuck to do your hops with your feet together at the back. That way you're training your inner thighs, your pelvic floor, and your low core to help you as you do these inversions. Grip the shit out of the ground. That's your brake system. That's gonna prevent you from falling on your face. And if all goes awful, you have your different ways of getting out of it. All right. If you're holding an inversion, I'll give you 5 more seconds. And if you're ready to go, we're at the top of our mat. We're gonna come all the way up to standing. And we'll turn out to one side. And we're gonna face the side of our mat. Nice job. Arms open up wide. With your exhale, bring the hands onto your hips. Superhero pose, lift your chest, breath in. Look up, and with your exhale, wide-legged fold. Keep your hands on your hips. All right, let's bring ourselves all the way back up. Hands are gonna open up wide now. Lift the chest, breath in. Exhale back into your wide-legged fold. This time hands can find ankles, they can find your toes. They can also go through your legs and back. This really pushes you through and works the hamstrings, inner thighs. One thing I like to do, just the most minute change, I like to internally rotate slightly. So if you notice I'm just a little pigeon-toed, it really helps me to feel like my inner thighs are wrapping back behind me as I'm doing this fold. Good. You guys are doing great. Rocket 3 starts off pretty grueling, and then it starts to bring you down to the ground and sneaks in other silly little ways to make your life difficult. All right, let's bring ourselves all the way back up. This time hands are gonna come behind you. Final wide-legged fold here, kinda, sorta. Interlace your fingers, press your palms together. Lift your chest, lengthen your arms, and go back into your forward fold with chest expansion grip. Okay. I want you to release your chest expansion grip, and we're going to work towards our split, middle split. So walk your feet out wider, 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 to whatever your limit is, whether it's here where you're levitating pretty far off the ground, or if you're a full splat, sploot, pancake on the ground kind of middle splitter. All right, from this middle split position, wherever it is, we're gonna work towards our full or our half split to the right. So again, if you're full on the ground, you can walk yourself back. Maybe you have really healthy hips, and you can pivot all the way around through, yeah? If you're like, girl, come on, give me a break. Then from that wide-legged position, you can lower your left knee down, pivot into a half split. That can happen with blocks underneath your hands. That's usually the most helpful way to modify that shape, yeah? Now, I like to keep my toe tucked just from my personal split practice. I notice it helps me square off, and then I settle into points. You can go forwards if you want, more of a hamstring focused split, or you can stay up for more of a hamstring and hip flexor focused split. Last 3 seconds. And we're going to come back through center. And then we're going to do the other side. I don't know if you noticed, but when I go, if I'm doing my swimming through splits, I like to kind of lift myself first. Personal preference. If you've got crazy flexibility and you just want to stay close to the ground, you can do that, but I notice this helps me with my technique a little more. Good, stay with me. Ooh. My left side is always more tight, so I have to remind myself to stay in it a little longer, even though my body is like, hey, we've done enough. I always need to stretch this foot a little more. I don't know if you can see, it's so much tighter than my other side, the top of my ankle. So I'm always trying to work on this point. My fellow dancers can feel me on that. All right, let's take it back to center. If you're all the way splat onto the ground, I want you to shorten up your stance a little bit. Walk yourself back up. And we're gonna go down on our knees. And we're gonna go into our frog position. Maximum inner thigh opener. Now I know all the ways that you try to avoid this by going forwards or a little bit backwards. Try to keep your hips in alignment with your knees as best you can, even if it means your crotch is not as close to the ground as you would hope so. It's all about good technique. Ankles want to line up right underneath your knees, and I like to flex my feet here. Something that is helpful to do here is to practice flexing your butt cheeks. I'm kind of inspired by the song that's playing, so I'm just doing my right lefts. Right, left, right, left. When we're practicing our stretching with these kind of intermittent moments of muscle contraction, it actually really helps our other muscles to relax if that's our goal, to get deeper into some stretches. Maybe because it's ASAP Rocky playing right now. Feeling inspired. Last 10 seconds. Okay. Relax the muscles, take a moment, and then I want you to bring your feet to points, take them closer behind you. Try to kind of tuck your toes to the ground, walk yourself back so that you're kind of in this little balance right here. I like to work my feet a little closer together. All right, now hands can stay on the ground, hands can get on some blocks. You can even come on peace fingers or take your hands onto your thighs. Nice. Now try to levitate your butt an extra inch up off of your heels. Maybe hands come all the way up. Last 3, 2. Let's go to standing on 1. I'm going to turn my feet to parallel. I'm still on releve. Lengthen your tailbone down. Reach the arms up. And then maybe you keep looking forward or you start to look up towards the ceiling. 3. Nice, last 2. And relax, take your heels down to the ground. Nice job. Let's go into our standing sequence. So we're gonna work our tree pose and our lotus tree pose with a fold. One of my favorite shapes to take, TBH. So right leg is gonna lift, sole of the foot can come to inner thigh. La la la, we love it. If you wanna try the little bit of extraness to this shape, then the outer edge of your right foot is gonna come into your hip crease. Notice I go from a flex to a pointed foot for this, and my right knee is going to point down. Now if your shoulders are feeling nice and open, take this right hand, try to bind it around you. Maybe you're able to even grab the toe. Left arm reaches up, breath in. And with your exhale, try to take yourself forwards. Lengthen out through the left leg if you can. I'm going to turn to the side. Great, let's bring ourselves all the way back up. Woo! We'll undo this shape. Left hand comes onto hip. Try to grab for your right big toe. Padangusthasana A, kick the foot forwards. Just letting you know, your left foot, your grounded foot is going to be pissed the fuck off if it isn't already. It's gonna burn, but you're okay. Take it out to the side, Padangusthasana B. Left arm can reach up if you like. All right, let's take it back forwards. For my absolute least favorite part of this, I want you to take yourself forward. Oof. Balance, balance, balance. 3. Last 2. And 1. Release that right foot, come all the way back up towards standing. We're going straight into warrior 3 because I'm an asshole. Reach back. Now bend into your standing leg. Open up the hip, half moon. Right arm reaches up, left foot reaches straight back. Nice, rebend into your left leg, square the hip down. Revolved half moon. Left arm reaches up, lengthen out through the legs. Last 3. Last 2. And 1, bring the left hand down, standing split. Now you can just hang out in this standing split, let everything feel real nice. If you want to work your inversions from your standing split position, I love it. I'm in support of it. That can look like your hops. That can look like your presses. All sorts of things, yeah? My favorite advice to give people is that these handstands are going to terrify you when the mechanics are right, when it's like the first time, right? So you want to be able to lean forward so that the shoulders go beyond your wrists. That way you're trying to stack hips over shoulders as you go up. Yeah? I like to lift, lean. And then once you're up, push through the arms as much as you can. Keep your focus downwards. All right, I'm gonna give you a little more time to play. Still clearing out that congestion. All right, if you're all done with inversion time, bring yourself back down. You should be somewhere near a forward fold at the top of your mat. And then we're gonna go do all that on the other side. Yay! All right, so let's come up to standing. Tree pose first. So left sole of the foot, right inner thigh. Yay. Or if you worked, the lotus version, outer edge of your foot into the hip crease. The residual COVID is starting to come out. All right, I'm gonna do this little half bind thing. It's more like a full bind. Woo. Yeah? If you've got this toe and wanna work the fold with me, let's go. The heel goes into your guts. Yeah, it ain't comfortable. And we'll bring ourselves back up. Oof. Release the foot. Try to grab for your left toe, kick it forward. I like to go hand on hip. Man, this is a back of the leg burner. Hello, muscles, good morning, thanks. Let's take it out to the side, Padangusthasana B. Just focus on something in front of you. And then we'll take it back. And I want you to fold forwards towards this foot. Both legs straight, both legs strong. Great, let's release that foot. Keep it floating as you come up to standing. Press through, warrior three. My body's like, no, I don't want to. All right, now keeping the same angle, bend into your right foot, open the hip, work your way into your half moon. Great, let's bend into standing legs, square off. Revolved half moon. Oh, what's up? Worst shape in the world. Press through both sides, stay with it. Last three. Last two. Take the right hand back down, standing split. And again, you can just work your standing split, working strong through that top leg. And you can also work your inversions. So you can take it from your standing split into your press, into your handstand hops, whichever you like. I like doing a little bit of both. Again, getting that press into handstand always is terrifying because you're asking the body to lean forward and the body will self-correct because of that overcompensation in that lean. So once you stack, everything gets lined up. We're trying to work with your skeleton and not just muscles, right? So I know muscles are part of the thing that's holding us up, but when we line up our skeleton with it, it'll feel a little more weightless. Last 5 seconds. Great job, you guys. This is tough, you got it. Last 3. Great, last 2. Nice job. Last 1. Forward fold at the top. Halfway lift, lengthen. And with your exhale, plant your hands. You can step back. You can hop back. High to mid. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great. Now, holding that downward facing dog, we're going to start to bring in our jump throughs. So that typical Ashtanga style transition. I know that the jump throughs are tough. I know they're a lot to work with, so you want to make sure the front of your space is clear. Hop into your tuck, cross the ankles, come through into a seated position. If it doesn't work out that way for you, you can hop to the front, come down to your butt, and train the similar mechanics. Yeah, that's not a good jump through, but I have a feeling mine will get better as I keep going forwards. All right, right leg is gonna bend. Open up the hip, sole the foot into inner thigh. If you want that bit of challenge, bring back the lotus. Doot, doot, doot. Left hand is gonna find your left big toe if possible. Come forwards. Same bind can happen here. Wrapping around and coming forwards. Great, last 3. Last 2. Great, last 1, let's bring you up. If you've got this variation with the lotus foot, I want you to try something. Take a bend into your left knee. It's still in the same spot, right? Try to work this right knee down to the ground. Take this left arm to the inside of your left thigh. See if you can work a full bind. It is one hell of an ankle stretch. Last 3. Great, last 2. Nice work. Last 1, let's bring you all the way up. Untangle all of these pieces. Lengthen, undo. Cross your shin bones, roll over the front, work through your jump backs, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Going for that jump through again. That's what we're going for. Way more control. All right, left foot, sole of inner thigh. Right? Or if you tried the lotus variation, outer edge goes into hip crease. Knee wants to go down towards the ground, and you can still work the bind if you like. Wrapping your fingertips around the big toes, taking yourself forward. All right, if you got the lotus variation, let's add on that extra piece. Bend into the right knee, maintain the lotus. It's gonna just lean you off to one side, yeah? Right shoulder comes to the inside of the thigh. Wrap, 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 full bind if you like. Big stretch for the outside of your ankle. Major supination happening there. Last 3. Great, last 2. And let's get you out of here on 1. Oh, nice. All right, let's go through your cross through. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Quick reset. Lift up your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Going for that jump through again. And I want you to bring your right leg into a bend again. Grab for your right big toe with your peace fingers. We're just gonna do some hip opening. I like to kind of pulse and pull this right knee back. Nice. We're gonna try to work in some arm balances on this. We're gonna try to challenge you a little bit. Now, once you get this little pull back, I want you to try to pop this right leg up onto your tricep or even on the shoulder like a backpack. We're gonna try elephant. This is when some blocks can come in handy. Hands are gonna be on the ground. I want you to try to lift your butt up. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. All right. Freaky transition of the day. We're going to try to get into that elephant, into a hurdlers, and then we'll do the other side. So once you get your lift, left leg tucks, underneath, hip, and extend. Step back, work through, upward facing, and back into downward facing. All right, jump through, here we go. Grab for your left big toe, lift it up, pull it back. How you guys doing? You okay? You still with me? I love you all so much for being here. No better way to just fucking throw yourself into the fire. All right, once you got it on a little pull back, let's try for that elephant pose on the other side. So it's gonna try to come up over your tricep or over your shoulder like a backpack. Hands are gonna come onto the ground close to your hips because that's where your weight is centered. Try to lift and hold. 3, 2, and bring the butt back down. You ready to try that and go through to your hurdlers? I know I'm not. All right. So we're gonna lift. This right leg is gonna bend. It's gonna move the hip onto your right side elbow and then you'll extend through the legs. Easier said than done, right? Lift, tuck, and through. Upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Nice job. Let's take you all the way forward to high plank and down onto your tummy. Yay! All right. So I want you to take your arms in front of you like you're playing hide and go seek. I know my mic is down there and not over there, but I'm trying to talk to you. So forehead is going to go onto your forearms and we're going to do a couple of locusts, all right? So I want you to point through your toes and then lift up your feet. Try to see if you can lift the knees. Try to see if you can lift the thighs. Hold that for 3. Hold it for 2. And release. Wiggle your hips a little side to side if you need to. All right, we're gonna go again, but this time work our arms. So forehead again on the forearms. Let's lift everything. So lift up your forearms, lift up your legs, and then let's try to extend our arms forward. Hold it for 3, hold it for 2, and release back down. Rock the hips. Now let's bend into our knees, bring our heels in towards our butt. We're gonna go for floor bow. So I want you to reach back for your ankles. Try to walk the inner thighs together here. Bring your forehead onto the ground just for a moment. We're gonna take a breath in. Exhale, kick your feet into your hands. That should lift your chest up off the ground. Use your next inhale to then kick the feet up to the sky. Great, you can hang out here. We love it all day. If you want to do something a little weird, a little fun, try to roll all the way over onto your left-hand side and keep the kick. Great, roll back to center, kick up, and then take it to the right. Same thing. Kick back. It's so weird. It's so weird, but that's why I like it. Roll back to tummy. Kick up one more time. And then release everything down. Hands by your side. Push up and back. Child's pose. All right, let's peek towards the front of your space. We're almost done, we're getting there. Walk yourselves to the front. And we're gonna work our camel and camel variations. I always like to do camel with a little extra padding on my knees, so I'm gonna bring a little fold into my mat. So toes tuck for this first one. We'll take our hands onto our hips, and I want you to lengthen the tailbone down, push the hips forward, lift your chest. Now you can keep looking forward, especially if you're feeling dizzy. Don't go back. You don't need to go back. But if you're feeling good and confident, instead of looking from side to side, just trust yourself right now, listen to the sound of my voice, and start to trace your gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe you trace along the ceiling back, and you feel good enough to reach for your heels. Now, if you reach for the heels, I'm okay with you coming back, but do push the hips back forwards. Nice. Return your hands onto your hips. Bring yourself back up. Untuck the toes, have a seat on your heels, reset. All right, we're gonna try to go for just one more deeper version of that. You guys are doing so good. Which of course, if it's too deep, you can just practice another camel, okay? So we're gonna bring ourselves back up. This time we're going to for sure keep the tops of our feet on the ground. So no tucks, tops of feet. Again, we're trying to go hip width distance, tailbone nice and long. Hands are gonna be at your heart center space. Now push the hips forward, start to trace your gaze. This is if you're feeling really good in the back bends, yeah? Once you're to a certain point, start your lean back. Let the hands try to find your calves. Yeah, trying to find your calves. And if the quads and the knees feel pretty good, you can even bring the crown of your head onto the ground. Hands can also come onto the ground above your head, and you can bring the forearms to the ground. Now, My back is not that flexible yet. I'm still working on that shape. So the comfortable one for me is crown of the head, not forearms on the ground. I feel like I'm drowning in my own body when I do that, but if you got it, you got it, and I'm proud of you for that. Last 3, last 2, and we'll bring ourselves back up on 1. Another sit on the heel. Whew. Isn't it amazing how much your heart rate goes up in back bends? All right, let's sit off to one side. Take your legs forward in front of you. Scoot your butt cheeks out of the way so that your sit bones are rooted, and take yourself into forward fold. All right, from your forward fold, bring yourself up. And we're going into Dandasana. So I want you to take your hands by your side, press through the arms straight, and flex your quads. Flex your quads so much that maybe even your heels lift off of the ground. All right, relax your Dandasana. Take the hands a little bit back. Let's try reverse plank. Point through your feet, lift through the hips, and open up your chest. Three. Great, 2. And 1. Hips are gonna come back down to the ground. Bring a bend into your knees, fingertips into knee pits, boat pose. Lift through your chest. See if you can lengthen out through your legs here. For 3. Good, for 2. Cross your shin bones, bring your heels close to your butt. Hands by your butt, either like this or on blocks. Try to lift up your butt. 5 seconds, let's go. Butt back down, boat pose. My legs are shaking. All right, cross, butt lift, here we go. Butt back down, boat pose. Boat pose of death. 3, 2, last butt lift. Butt back down, feet in front of you. Walk the butt forwards. Lay down on your back. Let's go into bridge. Lift up your hips. And if you're feeling really, really good with all those back bends we did, you can also turn this into wheel. Hands come above your shoulders, palms on the ground, fingertips facing shoulders, and press through the arms. All right, let's bring you back down. Knees come towards chest, rock a little bit side to side. You can counter that back bend with legs up the wall. Or you can also do shoulder stand, pike, lift. I'm not going up fully flat because I've got a microphone strapped to me, so I don't want to totally squish it. But you can also take this, okay, I'm just gonna move it. You can also take this into your plow position. This super duper counters all those back bends like we were doing. And we'll bring it all the way down to the ground. Final twist for today. We're gonna bring our right knee towards our chest, left leg nice and long. And then we'll take it across your body over to the left, reaching your right arm out to the side. If you're good with this, good, I'm into it for you. If you wanna make it a little extra special, grab the outer edge of your right foot with your left hand, kick the leg out to the side. You can also grab for the inside of your left foot, but only if you can bring this right shoulder all the way back down to the ground. This is called cat grabbing its tail. And I like to think about lengthening my waistline as I'm doing this. All right, let's release this. We'll do the same thing other side. Left leg comes in, hug knee to chest, and then take it across your body. Oh my God, feels so good. And if you grab the outer edge of the foot, kicked out, balance. And if you grab inside edge of the other leg, again, give it a little grab, balance, but try to bring the other shoulder back down to the ground. All right, feet release, take it back to center. Hug both your knees in, one more again. This time take them wide around your ribs, Apanasana. Your Apanasana can turn into a happy baby, can turn into a straddle. These are kind of the last moments of class, so if there's things I missed that you need, that you didn't get, this is where all that magic can happen. All right, and if you feel like you got everything you needed, Hugging it in one last time. And then settling into our final shape. I'm going to go back to that first song we landed on. 9 Inch Nails, of course. We're going to spend 4 minutes here in meditation. Quite possibly the most important part of this entire class. You can also do this seated if that's more comfortable. Oftentimes it takes a grueling practice to get to this moment where the body and the mind can be still, or still enough. Even just a modicum of more space, you deserve it. Let your next breath get a little bit deeper. And take a moment to thank yourself, thank your space. If anybody practiced with you, around you, thank them as well for their energy. Great job. You did it. Oh. That was a lot. But you know what? We can handle a lot. And you guys did great. Thank you to everyone that came to class and stayed for as long as you did. I wasn't able to fit all the things in that I wanted, but that's okay. Yay! You too, Adrian. Always so good to see your name there. Yeah, Jessica did. You did great. So class schedule for this week, we have beginners class on Thursday. And then we do the quick, we do the dirty on Friday. And same schedule the next week, but next Friday we're bringing back slow flow. So if you can come to slow flow, It'll be a very happy little party. It'll also be my 3-year Patreon anniversary, if you can believe it. I missed you too, Jess. Glad we're back together, love. Glad we are back. It's a good thing I wore an extra top, because we got some sunrises happening in my shirts. Yes, Stephanie. It's always great because, like, I don't have a good self-practice when I'm traveling. Because I think we should be traveling and experiencing life and doing that kind of shit. I'm sure you are walking everywhere too, like, yeah. And then to come home, get your ass beat by a familiar friend. I know, Jessica, isn't that crazy? 3 years. What? 3. I think I've been streaming regularly on YouTube for like a year of that. I think. No. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I have to be a little short today and hop off because I have some privates to teach after this. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you're watching this after the recording, you're freaking awesome. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And if I don't see you until next Monday, have a great rest of your week. See, that's what it's about, Stephanie. You gotta eat everything. Yes. I'm very jealous that my dad and my stepmom are about to apparently go to Scotland and Ireland. And I'm like, damn it. I wanna go. I want to go eat all the potatoes and stews. I feel like Europe has the best food. All right, you guys. I love you all so much. See you next time, okay? See ya. Bye.